Welcome to the Catholic Workshop. And today we're going to be talking about establishing a healthy routine.
We're doing this since we just talked about overcoming anxiety, and one of the points that we mentioned there was having a routine.
The first thing is that maybe routine gets a bad rap in today's society because it might seem like boring, doing the same thing every day, repetitive, and everyone is kind of, maybe it's a first world issue of wanting to always feel and have excitement every single day. But I think even that excitement of everything different every single day kind of has a price, and eventually it also becomes routine. So I think routine is part of life, and routine builds fundamental blocks for life and for success. So routine is good. I think routine is good.
And it clearly helps you with anxiety, having a routine, having something that you know will keep you moving along the day. The first thing that I would mention is prayer. Make it a daily habit because it clears your mind, it grounds you, and it allows you to recognize and be humble enough to know that you're not in control, but God is there for you.
Well, we all have habits. Some good, some not so good. Archbishop Fulton Sheen used to say that the best way to get rid of bad habits was by crowding them out by starting new good habits. So we can come to establishing that routine of having that habit of, let's say, prayer in the morning. Prayer in the morning is what works better for me because as the day goes, we get busy, more noise, different things here and there, and then towards the end of the day, tired. And so in the morning, getting up early with the birds. I like to get up usually at 6, and then that means I have 2 hours before mass or something at 8. And so like that has been my habit of prayer. The more you take the time for it, it becomes less of a fitting in, because we have a lot of other things going and we prioritize and we say this is important. So keeping an appointment with a doctor or a gym membership or whatever it might be.
In addition to prayer, I think another important part of a routine would be spending time with those you care about. And I was going to say family. Family can mean friends if there's no significant other or you don't have one unit of family, you know. So spending time with people who you care about, and right now if you can't physically be with them, make it a point to talk on the phone. It allows you to connect a little bit better than text.
Better is even FaceTime. FaceTime or Skype or whatever it might be, but seeing the face.
I think that's good. Another point would be exercise.
Why are you smiling?
Why?
Yeah.
Because you know that I think that it's really important.
I thought it was because you were looking at me and saying that I'm not exercising as much recently. Anyways, exercise is good.
I think exercise is fundamental.
Fundamental.
To having a healthy lifestyle, to feeling good about yourself, and to get natural endorphins. Natural endorphins are just these chemicals that the brain releases when you feel good about yourself. They're natural, and just by doing this simple act of exercising your body, you're producing them. So why not? You're doing something, taking time for yourself, and you're making yourself healthy. And I think that's really important. We mentioned prayer, which gets you closer to God. We mentioned taking time to spend with others, family or friends. But then again, taking care of yourself. In order to be close to God, to do prayer, you need to also love yourself, value yourself, to be able to give forth what God is asking of you, whatever that is, service to others.
I think like years ago, I met these guys that they were legionaries of Christ. I know today they have a bad rap, but I met these legionaries of Christ, and part of their duty, not their duty, but part of their life was they had set like exercise hours every day so they could be fit. And the reason to exercise was the belief that by being physically healthy or fit, let's say, meant that they could pray better, pray more, and like for example, not fall asleep or being
More alert.
tired, more alert,
Yeah.
and also to help with their studies and everything else. And I think it's true.
So yeah, that's why I'm smiling at you, because you should know how important I think it is.
No, I know. And I think, like, for example, I don't always exercise as much, and part of the reason is I think is like I feel like somewhat guilty because I think like it's like I could be doing something better, and also the whole sense of like I can see exercise as a luxury. Maybe that's like coming from like being an immigrant, like poor immigrant background, in which I didn't grow up seeing anyone in my family like going to the gym or exercising in a way. I saw them working, but work and exercise is not necessarily the same thing. And so I think with time and lately as I've been exercising a little bit more, I think that exercise is it's not necessarily a luxury, but it's a
necessity.
It's a necessity because this is the world we live in. This is the first world we live in, so we have less physical work, but we need the exercise.
And like everything, exercise can mean different things for people. Going to the gym, going on a walk, putting on a video and following it along. It just depends where you are. And there's so many resources to get started with simple workouts. It's just making, and it doesn't even have to be long, 30 minutes. If you want to go on a walk and pray the rosary, you can do both things. I mean, we can go on about how exercise can affect diabetes, how exercise can affect cholesterol, like all those numbers.
So we just have to make a resolution in a way to say, I'm going to do this.
Yes.
And so we're going to do it for ourselves, we're going to do it for others, and even we're going to do it for God.
So prayer, spending time with family, and exercising.
There you go. Thank you for joining me.